It's Monday, the 21st of June, and we just got dropped off at McDonald Pass by our friend Julianne from Elliston. Extraordinary couple we met, and we really had a good time. So now we're starting off at about 10 o'clock this morning. Go down the highway a little way, and then we'll get on the trail and check in with you in a little bit. Well, we're headed up this road to get on the trail to Lincoln, Montana, which is 70 trail miles from here. So perfect weather. There's a lot of smoke down the valley. Can't see it very well from this location, but I'm sure it's from the Helena fires. So we're climbing. Got a huge long stretch of no water coming up. After a couple of streams, there's an 18-mile waterless stretch. Maybe streams, but we can't count on it, so we'll have to carry a gallon. I'll have to carry a gallon, she'll carry a couple of liters. Karen will. Three miles uphill, we're about to get to the top. Hopefully we'll be on trail soon. I do too, this moss is incredible. We've been joined temporarily with Jim, by Jim, and that's his voice you're hearing. I'm just surprised I got a phone. We're about 5 miles into the hike, and we're on the downhill stretch right now. Well, the blowdowns on this side have been cleared, so our progress has been good so far this afternoon. We've met a uranium mining engineer, environmental guy, and have been talking to him on the trail, and it's been very pleasant. We've met a lot of really cool people in the last couple of days. I didn't take any videos, but the two women we stayed with this weekend were so nice and so fun and so generous, and we enjoyed ourselves enormously. Thank you so much, ladies. So Montana's hospitality has just been incredible. So we're walking along this beautiful open ridge, and about a mile we're going to have to pick up a bunch of water because we've got a long stretch, almost 20 miles without water after that. So we're on our way to there.
Well, I'm glad this isn't the current one.
Mullen Pass Railroad. This is 1880s trestle. Pretty cool. Little baby antelope was hiding down in the grass just down there. You can see a structure down there that was a dry well, but there was a spring near it, and we scooped water and were able to pick up a gallon because our next water is in 17.5 miles. Pretty, huh? Not bad. Gonna try to find a place to camp later in a meadow because falling trees. Alright, I'm gonna demonstrate how to throw a line over a branch to hang a food bag. It's important here in northern Montana. And while I was talking, I've gotten this tangled, so I'm going to go away for a second and come back and show you how to make the throw. So I'm starting with a lightweight string that's capable of maybe holding up as much, no more than 15 pounds, and a string that's resistant to abrasion because you're going to be using it over a limb. The idea is you're going to be hauling your food bag up a limb like this that's at least 8 feet, and this one's far more than 8 feet off the ground. And you want to be at least 5 feet away from the trunk, because that way it makes it less likely a bear can climb out on limbs and get to your food bag. So the best technique I've found is to put a rock in a bag like this and tie it to your string, and you stand with the line you want the string to go. So if you do it like this, it goes off If you do it like this, it goes over the limb in the direction you want it to. So you flake this string out so that it isn't going to snag when you throw. And you hold one end of the string in this hand, and you're going to twirl this one around and toss it over the limb. If you toss it poorly, you grab this string and hold it, and it won't go get tangled up somewhere you don't want it to go. If it's going correctly, you just let it run through your fingers. So let me see if I can make this throw. On this, threw it a little bit too high, but it didn't get tangled up, so we'll make another attempt. Sometimes you have to go as many as 5 or 6, 10 times. I want it to go right there. And that's short. And that's it. I lost control. But so now we meet all the requirements, and when we finish with dinner, I will pull this up, or I will pull the bag up with this string and getting it where the delivery is. There we go. So that's all really there is to it. This will be a good hang. A bear can't really crawl out on those little tiny limbs to get to the bag, and I'll tie it off high enough to where a bear would really have to go to some trouble to slash the string and get the bag. So that's the way you do it. It's really actually rather difficult to get it over the limb sometimes. This time wasn't too bad, but there are other times that take a lot of tries. We'll film when we pull the bag up, but it's really no big deal now. We're camped back up here in the trees in a pretty wide open spot, and this is the view just outside the trees. It's really beautiful. Tonight's going to be gorgeous because there's not a cloud in the sky. So has a different feel than the territory south of Elliston, that 70-mile stretch. Looks like this 70-mile stretch is going to have a different feel to it, and no blowdowns. What I do is just pull it up without hopefully breaking a limb down under my head. It's real heavy because this is 5 days of food, and this is the first night out on this section, so hopefully I can get it high enough. It'd take a pretty good sized bear to get to that. So now I'm just going to come over here and wrap this around this limb. And I don't think there's a bear big enough out here. That's probably 9 feet off the ground. So if a bear 9 feet tall that can reach 9 feet comes around, he can have the food. So that's how you do it. One additional point, our food bag is 150 feet away from the tent, so even if a bear got into it, they wouldn't necessarily, hopefully, associate the food with our tent. So we have nothing that a bear would be interested in the tent now. And the food's a good distance away. You can see it swinging over there. So that's our method. We haven't lost a food bag yet, but there's always a first time. So it's probably 8 o'clock now, and we're going to start settling in a little bit. I'm going to sit out and read for a while. Karen may get in and out of the mosquitoes. So that's the end of today. Walked about 9 miles. We've got a gallon plus to get us the 17 miles we need to go tomorrow to the next water source. So that's the plan. See you tomorrow.